that kind of talking to men. You know what I mean? Like trying to make extra money talking to men type. So what are we gonna talk about? Oh, you know what? I haven't even introduced myself. All right, so my name is Shaunte'a, and I make YouTube videos. I'm on social media a little bit. I'm fairly like new to this, so yeah, go check me out. TikTok, okay, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I only have like 9 followers on Twitter, so I don't too much fool around over there. I do follow some of my favorite creators over there. So mostly Facebook and TikTok, really. Those are like the two that I'm really on a lot, and where I've seen the most growth, actually. So but yeah, so I'm making a video. If you're only listening to this, I'm also recording myself because I'm trying to be like those those famous podcasters that have the video and the audio. So all right, so what else was I about to say? Oh yeah, so if you're only listening to the audio, make sure you go to YouTube and listen and watch me also. I'm not even looking into the camera, I'm looking out the window. So okay, so I guess a little bit about me. I am grown, like auntie age. I'm not gonna say exactly. If you know me, you know how old I am. If my birthday is plastered anywhere on the internet, you can also find out there. But I'm just not gonna say my age on here. I'm an auntie, and let me talk about that for a second. So it took me a long time to realize that I was an auntie age, and that sounds weird, but when you're in your 20s, even when you're a teenager, okay, so when you're a teenager, you think everybody in their 30s is like old, and so when you always look at them as older aunties and things like that, and then you get into your 20s and you think the same way, and then you get to your 30s and you don't feel like an auntie, you don't feel older. You know what I'm saying? Everybody kind of dreads going into their 30s for a little bit. Oh my God, I'm about to be 30. But because it's the end of your 20s, and your 20s is supposed to be a really fun time if you play your cards right. So you get to 30, and then you're like, damn, I still feel young. Like, I'm 30. I still feel like super young. And then it starts to hit you probably 31, 32. You're like, damn, I'm older. And then you look at like the 20-year-olds having fun, and you think you can hang out with those 20-year-olds, and then you hang out with them, and then you realize that you are over 30, and this just it's not the business no more. So then you get 35, and you're like, all right, now listen, something's got to give. Like, I'm almost 40 now. If we thought 30 was old, 40s was like shit, our parents. You think about, in your teenager, you think about your 40s, you think about your parents because they're about that age. And then now you're in your 30s, mid 30s, late 30s, and you're like, fuck, I'm about to be my parents' age. Because they get older, but you still associate that with your parents. So you're like, damn, I'm getting old. And then nowadays everybody's the cougars and the aunties and stuff like that. And then actually this is how I've come to this. So around this time last year, I was doing some kind of, let's see what I'm gonna say. Actually, that's not even important. But I would talk to a lot of men, And I don't mean like in person type thing, meetups and stuff like that, but I was talking to men like online. And um and when I say talking to men, I mean like that kind of talking to men. You know what I mean? Like trying to make extra money talking to men type. You know what? I don't even know why. I guess just because it's me. Okay, so anyway, because I was thinking, why am I trying to cover this up when this is a podcast and it can probably be rated MA or whatever. But I'm trying to trying to protect myself a little bit. Anyway, so I would get these guys that would come to me and they would talk to me and they'd be like, "Well, how old are you?" You know, you're not supposed to ask a woman her age, but in these situations, you kind of do. And I'm like, "Well, how old are you?" Because, I take control of the conversation. "How old are you? Tell me how old you are." And they're like, 20, they'll say like 22. And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, at the time I was 36. So I'd say, "Oh, well, I'm 36. And then they'd go, "Do you like younger guys?" And in your mind, you're like, if you're the younger guy and if you're asking me if I like younger guys, that must mean I'm the older woman. And I wasn't prepared for that. I was not prepared to be considered the older woman, because when we, as 30-year-olds, when somebody refers to the older woman in our conversations, older woman is like 50s, 60s. Those are older women. But it didn't hit me that, the 20s, they have their version of an older woman, and it's like, it's me, and I'm at that age. I am an older woman. I am an auntie. Whew, that's a lot. That's a lot to realize. So, I probably said my age in there actually. So, you got it out of me. Good job. But okay, so 37. I'm 37. I started YouTube a long time ago, like a very long time ago, and I posted a few videos. And I was unemployed actually. Like I would lose my job and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna do YouTube," and then then I do YouTube, and then I get a job, and then I stop YouTube, and then let's see. So I filmed a little bit after I got the job. This is before the last time I came back. Moved, started that job, was in that job for a little bit. Pandemic happened, so I was not working, so I came back on YouTube. And then pandemic started back. Everything shut down, everything opened back up, went back to work, stopped YouTube, and then got fired from that job. And now I'm back on YouTube. So, that's my story. I started YouTube. Well, I didn't even say when I got on. It had to be like 2018, something like that. No, I don't know. It's back then. I know I got videos from 7 years ago, and I can't do the math. So, yeah, that's it. So that's when I got on YouTube. Now it's different. Like if I would have stayed on YouTube a long time ago, if I was a very interesting person, I would have. Oh, my air cut off. That's crazy. It's not my air. It's actually my heater. It's like 37 degrees in Oklahoma right now. Okay. Anyway, so I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. So if I would have kept going, if I was more interesting, if I would have been consistent, I'd probably be be able to be monetized right now. But I kept quitting. I had a video like blow up over the pandemic, like from 2020, or it wasn't from 2020, in 2020. Like, it started blowing up, and I have like over 7,000 views on that video. But I posted it like, shit, I posted that in 2018. I do remember, because I had just gotten fired from that job. And for the record, I don't just be getting fired from all my jobs. Like, I was actually in that job for almost 3 years. And then my last job I got fired from, I was there for 4 years. So I'm not just one to go around getting fired and shit. Let's just put that out there. So yeah. So I guess it was about fast food management. And I guess people were like trying to get into management at fast food jobs because around the pandemic, when it first started, I guess, or while we were in the deepness of it, I guess fast food was the only thing hiring, so they were interested in, promoting and being leadership in these fast food restaurants. So I made, they would come across that video, and I mean, it kind of, I'm not going to say it went viral because that's kind of dramatic, but it got me a lot of views, and I was getting followers and things like that. And